I will be talking about week 9 in this video, and to start it off, it was Whatcom 9/11 ready for anything. And something that I really liked about this presentation was the presenter. She was very enthusiastic. Like, she really expressed herself, which I really liked, and she seemed like a very cool lady, which is great, and like shows off her communication skills that she's had to learn and prepare for after working as a dispatcher. And she kind of just went on and talked to us about what agencies were supported by the Whatcom, and it's Bellingham PD, Whatcom Sheriff's Office, Linden PD, Ferndale, Blaine, Everson, Sumas, Lummi Law and Order, and Nooksack Tribal Police, Western Washington University PD, and ART and MCOT, which are really interesting. I never have thought about all the little towns that they are and their police departments. For example, Sumas PD. I guess it's not really somewhere I go often to think to that they'd have a department, which totally makes sense though, and I'm glad, because I mean, if anything goes wrong, they also have the sheriff's office to help, which is super good. But yeah, I've never really thought about these other departments other than Bellingham, like these bigger cities or towns surrounding Bellingham, for example, Ferndale, Linden. I've known that they've had some, but these little towns, no, not really. Something also interesting is the 6 W's of call taking, and it's where, when, what, weapons, who, and why. This is super important to them, because the where is the location of the incident or patient, which is probably the most important. And I think she numbered these in what order they go. So the location of the patient or the incident, the when, the time of day, is the suspect still in the area, just keys to take in to make sure that it's kind of safe to come in and investigate. The what type of accident, or are police, fire, or medical needed? Another important one. For example, maybe a shooting down on the guide, where exactly on the guide, did it happen, what happened? So yeah, there was a shooting, a drive-by shooting. 2 males were in the car driving down to Linden, blah blah blah. Weapons, citizen, and officer safety. This is another big one, because you never know what somebody could have, and if the dispatcher is not updating the officer, or even if the dispatcher doesn't know, it just can put everyone at risk that is around there. I saw a very scary video on Facebook a couple weeks ago where some guy was trespassing at a private property. It was kind of a vacant property. It looked like to be a restaurant business type of thing, and the friends of the owner of this business called the owners and were like, hey, there's somebody at your property. We know they're not supposed to be in there, blah blah blah. Okay, the owner calls the cops there, and then a deputy shows up, or officer shows up, and the guy kind of seems to be doing some sort of karate or martial or fighting himself or something like that. And he pulls out a big kitchen knife, just a big kitchen knife, and ends up stabbing the officer in the neck, and the officer dies. But something that happened as well in that case was that the person that called the owner was armed and saw all this go down, got out of his car and made sure the officer was okay, and then ended up shooting this guy that killed the officer. And and it turns out it was the guy's girlfriend's cousin that killed the officer, which is like, wow. And then like, I think that's probably one of my scariest like thoughts, is like not being able to know if there's a weapon involved, like even a knife. The guy just started charging at the cop, and the cop like stumbled and fell back, and then like got slit in the neck, which is super sad. But yeah.